morning, ladies. I just wanted to hop on here and see how everybody's Easter went. Mine was sucky. I had to be with my in-laws. So it was pretty sucky. But I just wanted to hit on a couple of points. Okay? Number one, I made a Facebook announcement, a really cute Easter themed baby announcement. Thought it was super cute, really good idea, because I didn't really do that last time. And so I did that this year, and this will be my last. Oh, so sorry. This will be my last baby. And so I wanted to make it special and everything. Not that my other one wasn't special, but I just did it differently because I was so shocked that I could even have a baby. None of this really clicked. So then, so I went down there. I didn't tell them like I did last time. I didn't make it a big to-do. I didn't put it in a little bag. I didn't put the sonogram in, no, because their reaction was so bad last time that I would have probably come unglued if they had acted that way this time. So anyway, we went down there. Sorry. In conversation, I said, hey, I was talking to his sister. In conversation, I was like, hey, you're going to be an aunt again. And her reaction was, yeah, I saw it on Facebook. It wasn't, oh my gosh, or, oh, I'm so happy, or, oh, congratulations, nothing. Oh, I saw it on Facebook. Yeah. So I was like, okay. I'm just going to walk off. It's no big deal. Whatever. I'm not even going to do this with her. That's like such a bitchy thing to say and do. Because she just claims to just love my son. But yet she's not excited. But she wasn't excited the first time either, so whatever. So then his aunt come in the living room, and I was like, hey, did you see your Facebook? Facebook. And she goes, no, I've been on vacation. I try not to look at my phone. And I was like, oh, okay. Guess what? We're gonna have another. And I pointed at my belly, and her eyes got really big, and she was like, oh, congratulations, like you're supposed to say when somebody tells you they're pregnant. Yeah, congratulations. My husband didn't even look up from his phone, didn't smile, didn't do anything, because he's a jackass. And I felt like my feelings were so hurt, and I was just like, okay, whatever. You know what? I'll just raise this kid on my own. I don't need you. I'm good. I don't need you. You don't do anything anyways for this one. We already have, so I'm not gonna, why? Why do that to myself? So then I was like, okay. And then I told his brother, his half-brother, I told him, and his wife, which is my other sister-in-law, and they were like, oh my gosh, congratulations, that's so good. If you need any clothes, if you need any hand-me-downs, are you okay with him? Like, just da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do when somebody tells you that. Not, oh yeah, I saw it on Facebook. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. So then he goes, my husband didn't say anything. And then his half-brother and his wife, were saying, oh, do you have any baby names picked out? Do you have any of this? Do you have any of that? And we were talking about it, which is what you're supposed to do when somebody tells you that they're going to have a baby. So So we were talking about it. My husband doesn't say a word. My husband don't even look up from his phone. So pretty much at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to raise this baby on my own. I'm going to be a single mom. It's going to be fine. I don't care at this point. I'm just glad that I have a healthy baby, another one, and I'm glad that my son has a sibling to grow up with instead of those spawns of Satan that he has for half siblings. And so then he goes, his brother was asking me stuff, and then I went into the playroom and was playing with my son, and everybody just goes outside and doesn't tell us about picture time. Everybody just goes outside. Nobody tells us about picture time. It's because we're not welcome into the family. We don't matter. We don't count. We're not important. And so I just sat in the room and we were just playing and just having a good old time. We didn't care. Even my husband didn't even include us because that's how stupid he is. That's how stupid. So then we go and we finally get to eat, and they have ham and bologna, which you cannot eat when you're pregnant. You cannot have cold cuts when you're pregnant. It's a rule of thumb. You do whatever you want to do, but my rule of thumb is I do not eat processed meat, as far as like turkey, ham, roast beef, bologna, anything like that. I do not eat any of it while I'm pregnant. Because trust me, I love a good old turkey and cheese sandwich from Publix. Love it. But I can't have it. And that's okay, because I'm going to do what's best for me and my baby. So I got a cheeseburger and fries. Scarfed that down just like that. I was starving. And then I ate a few chips of dip and a few pickles, and I just kind of munched. And then nobody, the dining room table, nobody sat next to me to eat. They all sat on the other side of the dining room table, which is so rude and so weird. And then at least, my husband sat beside me, because normally if his stupid kids are in town, I get to sit in the corner by myself when I'm with his family. So yeah, it sounds like so much fun. And then his aunt tells us that she's going to be going out of town, so somebody has to babysit grandma again. And this time she'll be gone for 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm not going down there every weekend while you're gone. I'm not going down there every single day to babysit grandma. No, I'm not. Sorry, but no, I'm not. She has got 2 grandsons that aren't married and have no families. No family, no responsibilities. 2. Actually, she has 3, but one of them lives further away. She has 3. Then she has a daughter that lives 2 hours away. And then she has a son that lives 2 hours away, which is my husband. I'm not, there's plenty of other people to babysit. It's not going to fall on our shoulders. It's not. If my husband wants to do it, great. He's going to do it by himself. I'm not doing it. That old bat doesn't care about me. She don't show any interest in me. She don't love me. She don't like me. And she used to, before she started talking to them stupid kids and ex-wife. And now it's like, Brittany who? Yeah. So then that kind of pisses me off, because I'm like, I'm not babysitting. I'm not taking my whole summer, my whole month of June to babysit. We work full-time jobs. We're not doing that. And then my husband says, oh, well, stepson can come visit. I could send stepson. As if he's actually coming this summer. Fingers crossed, he does not. I haven't got to enjoy a summer since we got married. At all. I've always had to babysit and deal with stupid all summer. Then, we ate and whatever. Then we had a family photo because somebody must have said something, and we had a family photo. But it really wasn't a family photo because one of my husband's cousins had a bunch of buddies over to eat, which is stupid, and they were in the family photo, which is so stupid. So really, it wasn't a family photo, it was just a picture. So yeah, and so that was weird. And then nobody says boo, whatever. And I know that if it was me, they would not be in my family photo. I don't know them; they're not family. No. And so yeah, it's weird and stressful. And then nobody talks to us. Nobody except for my brother-in-law. My other brother-in-law left, so the brother-in-law that's married to my husband's sister sat on the couch and talked to us a little bit and everything, and was fine. And then he talked to us, and he's a nice guy, don't get me wrong, he really is a nice guy, but he's married to her, so he's really quiet and don't say much and don't want to talk to anybody and don't, because he acts just like her. And then they danced, and the kids turned on a little music and they danced, and it was entertaining, like it was sweet, because she has young kids too. And then and then they, nobody asks about the baby. Nobody says when you're due. Except for, now I will say, my husband's cousin's girlfriend, which she's been around in the around the family as long as I've been married, so she's family. I think I really like her. She's always been nice to me. She's always been nice to my baby. I mean, so I take that into consideration. Well, she hugged me and told me that she was happy for me, and that congratulations, and that, oh, have you lost more weight? And all, she's very considerate and nice. Like, that's what you're supposed to say to people. That's what you're supposed to notice. And then she was asking me about baby names and all this stuff, and when are you due, and blah blah blah. And I was like, that, and you're not even technically married into the family. You're just attached to it by association, and you act better than the people that are actually in the family. That's just sad. I was like, that is just sad. So, I count his girlfriend as my sister-in-law, not my husband's sister. Because that was just a bitchy thing to say and do, and you just don't do that to a pregnant lady. And how long have she's known me? I mean, it's not like we just got married and she don't know anything about me. Like, it's so stupid. It's so rude and stupid. And another thing is, I don't think my husband has told his stupid kids that I'm pregnant again, and I think one of two reasons. And I want to know your opinions about this, because I want to know. Is it because he's ashamed? Because when I told my husband I was pregnant, he didn't hug me and kiss me and was excited. He didn't talk to me or speak to me for 3 days. So is that why he hasn't told his kids? Is because he knows that they'll act the same way? Because that's what they did the first time? They act like spoiled little brats when their half-brother doesn't have anything to do with their life because they're so much older. Has nothing to do with it. It doesn't uproot it. It doesn't make it go away. It doesn't make it complicated. It doesn't do anything. It just adds to it. It adds happiness to it. Or is it? That's what it's supposed to do. This one will be the same way. You have nothing to do with it. You don't grow up with it. You have nothing in common with it. You won't have the same interests. It doesn't uproot your life. It doesn't have anything to do with your life. It just adds happiness. So, is it because my husband is upset and he thinks that his kids won't speak to him or talk to him for 3 days? Or is it because he genuinely just didn't give a fuck? Because to me, I think he genuinely doesn't give a fuck. So, tell me your thoughts. I want to know. Because my husband has been really, really mad and mean about this pregnancy. He's not happy about it. And I want to go, well, did you act like that with your first 3? Did you ever act like that with your first 3? Did you act like that when your wife or ex-wife was cheating on you and then you said, I want to get a divorce, and she springs, oh, I'm pregnant on you? Did you react in, oh, fuck, or did you say yay? Yeah, I want to ask him that. I really do. I want to say, did you feel like this when you got her knocked up and you didn't have a job or money to take care of the baby? Did you feel like that? You make more money now and live in a nicer home, and your wife actually works and has a job and doesn't cheat on you and is a good mother, but you treat me like I'm like the plague. So it's just like, he really doesn't want to have a family with me, is how I see it. He doesn't want to have a family with me. He does not. And if he ever did, he might have in the past, but it's like he's ashamed of it now. It's like he doesn't want it now. Is how he acts. Because I asked him that the other day before I end. I asked him that last night. Do you like having a family with me? Do you like having a family? You know, do you want to have a family? Do you like me being around? Like, because just tell me and I could be on my merry little way. He was like, what are you talking about? Of course I do. Blah, blah. I was like, well, then why don't you act like it? So, what are your thoughts and feelings? Because my Easter sucked, and I could do without all of them. All of those in-laws. Your in-law, oh. If you have good in-laws, kudos to you, girlfriend. It is so good to have good in-laws. My in-laws, they suck. So, there's only a few that I like. That are genuinely, like, I like. The rest of them can fuck off. So, just let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Rest of your week. And I'll be praying for you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.